We're here today with Jordan Graham, head esports coach at Potomac State College. Jordan, thank you so much for being here and for adding value to international students.
Yep. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, so before we start, can you tell us a bit about your journey, how you got to a head esports coach?
Yeah, it all started in college in 2017. I went to Ohio University, and I was looking for student orgs on campus involving esports, and there were none. So I went and found other like-minded individuals like myself at a meeting, and we co-founded Bobcat Esports. Bobcat Esports currently has around 1,400 members, and I also started the Ohio University Rocket League Club. I did that for almost 5 years while running tournaments for Cincinnati Fear and Game Day. I also helped coach bubble teams during that time. And yeah, and then after that, I did my internship with the city of Pataskala, where I started a recreational esports program for the city. That was just a summer internship. And then after that, I was applying for jobs and I found this one. And I started before I even graduated. So then I've been here since.
That's great. That's great. And for like the students in your program, let's say the international students you mentioned, you have a good population of them in your program. Like, how do you guide them into their academics and esports schedule? Like how do you make it like more doable so they don't like get overwhelmed?
So a lot of things we do to ease burnout and feelings of overwhelmness. We have recreational programs on a team. We might play jackbox, we might go bowling or play games on the college green. We might go to the rec center. Just something to break up the monotony of practice class. Um, every now and again, we'll do community service events. So actually, October 11th this year, we'll be at the food pantry helping unload food for needy people in Kaiser, West Virginia. Um, we're also doing private lobbies with family and friends. So open lobbies in our Discord server for players, for friends, family and friends of the team. Just little things like that. And of course, in the esports arena, you can download whatever game you want. So that also helps break it up a little bit.
That's great. And do you like for what you mentioned the burnout? Do you guys have like some counselors? Like how do you ensure the mental well being of the students if they have this burnout? It doesn't usually happen, or it doesn't happen, but
Mhm.
like parents usually wanna
Yeah.
make sure that their kids are are secure.
So players on the team are athletes, so you would have access to our athletic trainers. We also offer free mental health counseling services on campus to all students.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And do you also offer like student positions to like students that are maybe also in the competitive but are not also in the competitive but still wanna improve their skills in that specific content creation, graphic design, production, all this?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm always looking for students to come in and just help with the team logistics and organization. So the team managers, the stream managers, the shoutcasters, I could always use more. You could never have too many.
That's great. And what is it that you focus on? Like, what skills do you focus on for like that you want students to have when they graduate, or in case of if they're doing a 2 year degree transfer? Like, what are those skills?
The biggest two skills by far are leadership and communication. Those are easily transferable into any job they'll have post graduation or even at another program. Um, and the biggest focus while you're here is getting that degree. That is the main priority, is graduating.
That's great. And do the players like want to get into the sports industry, or they just want to work in the degree they're pursuing? What is the ratio of students that want to get in the industry?
I'd say about every 1 in 10 would prefer to go to the like everyone on my team has an interest in going into the esports industry, but a lot of times they're in nursing or criminal justice and back and forth. But say a student comes in with business administration and they're on the esports team, they'll have a tendency to want to go into the esports industry post graduation, whether that be professional or collegiate or even recreational.
That's great. That's great. And can you tell us a bit about like no, I mean, they need to focus on academic and esports, but like, what is there to do like outside, the university for students to like disconnect a bit sometimes?
So if you wanted to leave campus and just explore the area, we're in the mountains of Appalachia. Um, so whitewater rafting, hiking, skiing, camping, all that is incredibly popular down here. Any outdoor recreational activities. We are about 2 hours from DC and another 2 hours from Pittsburgh. So if you wanted to go to concerts or see the city, we're not too far from either of those cities. A lot of people will go to New River Gorge, which is a national park in West Virginia. Or, of course, there's some other activities like a lot of restaurants, golfing, bowling's in town too. So there's a lot to do around the area. And on campus, there's student activities every week, whether that be a cornhole tournament or intramural league. We have 3v3 basketball leagues, and there's usually always something going on the green.
That's great. And does a university and you like offer like internship opportunities or work opportunities for students that are graduating? Uh,
So I'm not sure about international students, but we do offer a work study program, which you would get paid by the athletic department to do things for the team, which would include shoutcasting, broadcasting, and like general maintenance on the arena, maybe, or IT services.
That's great. What is it that you wanna like focus on more this year? In Peru? Like, what students are you looking for those student positions?
I'm mainly wanting to focus on getting, of course, more players. I could always use more players to fill out rosters, and even if it were to be an academy team, perfectly fine by me. Another thing I'm looking to focus on is improving the average GPA of my current team.
Yeah,
So by offering homework help, tutors to come in after practice, things like that.
that's great. And do you do like study halls with the team, like for students that are struggling a bit on their academics?
We really don't do study hall. More often than not, we'll go and get a tutor for them, or they'll have a study group after practice, and usually team captains will arrange that.
Okay, great, great, great. And like the competition aspects, like, do you take the students on some LAN events or tournaments, like, or is it basically all online? Because I know like the students are pretty pumped about those in-person events. So that's why I'm asking.
So we haven't been able to go to a LAN since the pandemic
Mhm.
started, but if we were to go to LAN or any other competitions in person, that would be covered by the team with transportation and meal costs while we're there.
Okay, great. And are you thinking of going to a LAN like for next year?
Yes, of course. I'm always looking for LANs to go to. There just hasn't been any really around here so far. A lot of times you do have to qualify for them, but I'm always looking for events that have been happening around like Washington, D.C. or Winchester, Virginia, or
Mhm.
Morgantown even.
That's right. That's right. And can you talk a bit about more like the facilities you have? Like the students also are very interested in that always, not
Mhm.
knowing the facilities that your program has.
We have an esports arena. It has 12 PCs right now. They have RTX 2080s and i9 9900Ks. We're also installing a broadcast center this semester. We actually just ordered the parts to install it. And the arena is open 24/7 to varsity players. And you could really download whatever game you want and just hang out in there if you'd like, or just get in extra time after practice, before after practice.
Do you get players that spend the night there? like sleep in the couch or something?
Maybe once or twice I might have walked in at 6 or 7 in the morning and someone was sitting in there. It was like, "Did you go to bed last night?" No. You want to class? Yeah, in about an hour and a half. So at least they went to class.
They're very dedicated then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great.